Today we're going to talk about something near and dear to everyone's heart, and that's money. Or as I like to call it, that magical green paper that determines whether you're eating steak for dinner or ramen with ketchup because you thought it would taste like spaghetti. Now, money is not everything. People say that all the time, but I'll tell you what. Try paying your rent with good vibes and positive affirmation. Your landlord will be like, "That's cute. Now hand me the check." So let's get into it. The money mistakes that keep people broke, the financial potholes we all fall into, and why some of us are basically Olympic athletes when it comes to self-sabotage. You know what my first mistake was, discovering credit cards at age 18? That was my first mistake. Credit card companies love 18-year-olds. You know why? Because 18-year-olds are stupid. They'll be like, "Wait, you're telling me I can walk to Best Buy, buy a giant flat screen TV, and not pay a single dime right now? What a deal!" That's how I ended up with a PlayStation and 3 pizzas and a lava lamp and $1,200 in debt that followed me longer than in my ex-girlfriend's Instagram posts. Credit cards are like that toxic friend. At first, they're fun. They take you out, buy you stuff. They make you feel like a baller. But then suddenly they're like, "Hey, bro, remember all that fun we had? Time to pay up with interest." And not just a little interest. Credit card interest is like dating a narcissist. It'll suck the life out of you until you're broke, crying, and wondering how you got here. Another big mistake, spending money to impress people who don't give a about you. Listen, nobody cares about your Gucci belt. Nobody cares that you are financed a BMW at 29%. Nobody is impressed that you're wearing designer shoes when your fridge has nothing but expired mustard and half a jar of olives. Flexing is the reason people are broke. You're buying things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't even like. And you notices nobody, because those people that you're trying to impress, they're broke too. They're too busy flexing on you. It's like broke Olympics out here. You know who hates budgeting also? It's everybody. You know who needs budgeting? Also everybody. Not having a budget is like going on a road trip with no GPS. Sure, you're driving, you're vibing, you're blasting music, but eventually you're out of gas in the middle of nowhere eating Funyuns for dinner. Budgeting doesn't have to be boring, but people avoid it because it forces them to face the harsh reality. Wait, I spent $400 on DoorDash last month. Why is Starbucks charging me rent? And do I really need 6 different streaming services? Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO, Peacock, Paramount, and some shady one called Cinemagic that probably gave my laptop a virus. Budgets tell the truth, and the truth hurts, but not as much as overdraft fees. You ever buy something and go, "Future me will figure it out. Future me is in shape. Future me is responsible. Future me wakes up at 6 a.m., drinks green juice, and files his taxes on time." Let me tell you something though. Future me is lazy, broke, Netflix binging idiot who leaves dishes in the sink. Future me is not paying off the debt. Future me is just present. Me with worse knees. Stop depending on future you. Future you is unreliable. Handle your money now before future you is standing in line at the pawn shop selling the Xbox or the PlayStation you just bought. Lifestyle creep is the reason people stay broke, even when they get raises. You ever notice, broke at $30K a year, then you get bumped to $50K a year, and somehow you're still broke. You know why? Because you upgraded everything. Instead of cooking now, you're Uber eating sushi at midnight. Instead of Target, now you're shopping at Whole Foods. Instead of renting a normal apartment, you're like, "Yeah, I deserve luxury loft with exposed brick and the fancy wine fridge I'll never use." Lifestyle creep is like being on a treadmill. You're running really fast, but you're not actually getting anywhere. You're just sweaty and broke. Let's talk about compound interest. It's basically money making money. It's the closest thing to magic that exists outside of Hogwarts. If you start saving compound interest, it can turn your little dollars into big dollars, but you ignore it, it works against you. That's why your debt grows faster than moldy bread in the fridge. Think about it. $1,000 in savings at 8% a year for 30 years is $10,000. But $1,000 in credit card debt at 25% interest for 30 years, you're crying into a Taco Bell napkin. Or is that just me? Compound interest is either your best friend or your worst enemy. Choose wisely. Another money mistake, believing in get-rich-quick schemes. If somebody on Instagram says, I'll teach you how to make money $10,000 a week from home, just know they're not rich from the system. They're rich from selling the system to you. You are the business model. You are the product. And congratulations, you just bought a $500 course on how to become a millionaire from a guy filming in his mom's basement. Getting rich quick is like a six-pack abs overnight. It doesn't happen. And if it does, it's steroids or they have side effects. Wealth is boring. It's slow. It's constant movements. It's not buying crypto moon coins from your cousin Kyle who dropped out of community college. Here's a fun one nobody talks about. Money. Families don't, schools don't, and by the time you figure it out, you've already ruined your credit score. You know how people handle emergencies? They handle it with credit cards. Car breaks down, credit card. Tooth explodes, credit card. Surprise wedding invite, credit card. That's why you need an emergency fund, because emergencies will happen. Life is basically a constant parade of bad timing. Having an emergency fund is the difference between my car broke down, but I'll be fine, and well, I guess I live here now in this Jiffy Lube parking lot. And social media is ruining our wallet. You go online, you see some 22-year-old influencer in Dubai sipping champagne on a yacht, and suddenly you're like, why don't I have that life? Well, first of all, that yacht is rented, and the champagne is probably sparkling apple juice, and the influencer is broke, crying and asking their parents for rent money. Comparison makes you spend money you don't have to keep up with. People who are also faking it. It's like a giant pyramid scheme of sadness. So here's the truth. Money isn't everything, but money mistakes, they're expensive, stressful, and they'll keep you stuck. Don't treat credit cards like they're money. Don't flex for people who don't care. And by God, will you freaking budget? Stop depending on future you. Watch out for lifestyle creep. Respect compound interest and don't fall for scams. Talk about money. Build an emergency fund and stop comparing yourself to fake Instagram billionaires. If you can avoid just half of these, you'll be better off than most people. And if you screw them all up, well, at least you'll have great material for your own TED Talk one day. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch some of the videos coming up on the next slide. I appreciate all the comments and all the likes and all the suggestions here lately. Take care. Have a good day.